spokes. It's a family affair. They know what they are doing. You do me, I do you. That is what they are doing. That is what they are doing. And so why would Soludo ask them to release him in the face of all the evidence that we have? What do you guys think? I don't know if anybody has anything to add. You're welcome to join me on this platform this evening. So I will put the number here, the link, right? So why would anybody be talking about release him? I was not sure when I saw this message. I now went to Soludo TV to check the same thing everywhere, because I was wondering, is it fake news? Maybe I wanted to see a video, but it was all over the news media. So it was all over the media. He was saying, release him to me, release him to me. Why would anybody be saying this at a time like this? So Ndanambra, we need your commentary to enlighten us. What is going on? Good evening. Why would a sitting governor be saying that they should release someone that is directly responsible for this kind of carnage, this level of calamity that has befallen a people, that because of him, they are holding the whole place hostage, and he's not calling for all of them to be routed out or anything like that. He's talking about releasing him. Like, release him for what? This man was shouting up and down since the last more than 10 years. Since 2002 or 2001, I don't know, thereabout. Over 20 years, this man was shouting up and down and talking about Biafra. And now is the time for him to talk about the Biafra, at least talk about it in court, let it get to the hearing of the powers that be. And everybody is saying release him. Release him how? For what? Release him for what? Why are they asking for his release? Did they do a deal with him that they don't want it to be exposed? Last week, Ojus Okalu said his own. Me, I'm thinking that in the case of Soludo, there is something going on there. There's something going on with Obiora Agbasimalo. You remember Obiora Agbasimalo? This guy was the governorship candidate of Anambra State. Clean, handsome young man. He was the governor candidate for Labour Party. And he was pulling crowd. Everything was looking good. Let me go to his Facebook page and give you some update, because it's more than a year now this event happened. Nobody has talked about it. Soludo, I've never said, where is Obiora Agbasimalo? Like, let it be that I'm speculating, but please let me speculate in peace. So Obiora Agbasimalo, where is he? Nobody's talking about it. How can a whole governorship candidate that was polling crowd in Anambra State shortly before a governorship election, become somebody that nobody see, and it's like nobody see him and nobody ask? Abi, like, is that possible? Is that possible? We did not even hear any state briefing. Even Governor Obiano did not even come out to give any state briefing about this man or whatever happened to him. And and where is he now? Nobody's talking about him. He was a leading Labour candidate. I want to show you his Facebook page. I want to show you his Facebook page. For some reason, I'm not finding it now, because it was all over the place. It was all over the place when I looked at it, because it was still in that place it was before. In that place that it was before, say Obiora Agbasimalo, it was still that place. Just a minute, I will check it. So a governorship candidate. Hey, this is him. He's still not been found. Nobody's talking about him. Good evening, Akinola. I cite you. So, am I wrong to insinuate that something is going on, that these people have a deal? Because, and more especially because, the bingos actually came out online and did videos talking about this man and what happened to him and how they sent him to God in heaven for judgment. They were saying it, they did videos, and there are people who did videos and saying, please, please, federal government, state government, Nigerian police, can you do investigation, especially even on the heels of these ones that have come out to give all these testimonies that look at what happened, look at what they did. And I've always told you guys that anything about this Biafra is all about Nigerian politics, participation within Nigerian politics, having a place in the Nigerian politics. For example, of recent, when you look at that Nonsonkwa, that was making noise, talking about politics, talking about Kanu, all these things. At the end of the day, his intent and purpose is to be a lawmaker in the House of Reps of Nigeria. So it's always about a place in Nigeria. So I don't know. There's no logical reason for me why Soludo will be going around and making this pledge. I don't know. I may be wrong. So that's why the link is open. You can come and contribute. You can also call in. You can call in. So before you do that, I want to share the video that these bingos did before I talk too much. Yeah. So I welcome every one of you that is coming and joining us in this video. In this video this evening, I want to talk about different topics, like I've said here, like I was talking about Soludo, Governor Soludo, Governor of Anambra State, asking for Nna Kanu to be released to him, that he wants to sign surety for him. And the question is, why will Soludo be saying that? Why will he be saying that he wants to sign surety for somebody that is inside DSS cell for committing treason against the state of Nigeria, for which he is a state government? He's a governor of a state in Nigeria, and he's asking for the release, that he a city state government, want to sign a surety for somebody that is a treasonable felon in the state that he is governing. Like, where is the logic in this? Honestly, please correct me if I'm wrong, people. So that's what I'm talking about, and this is not the first time he's making this call. Last year, sometime in February, he said it, that he wants to lead the Southeast to go to the federal government for an expeditious release of Nna Kanu, and he's repeating this thing. And you remember, immediately he was immediately he became governor, he went to Cell to go and see Nna Kanu. I hope you people remember that he went to visit Nna Kanu in custody, and was hugging him and was smiling, and they were doing a photo op, and everything was looking very, very cheeky and very, very good. So this is the situation we are looking at right now, and I'm asking you guys, and I'm also like, I'm throwing it out there, that what do you think is in need for Soludo as a governor? What is the political interest there? Because there's no political person in government that will do anything for no political benefit. Yeah. So does it mean that anybody can come and do anything, commit any offense, and then you will call for his release? And especially if he's calling for taking out of law enforcement, police or army or NCDS, anything in uniform, any kind of person representing the state of Nigeria. Even we are still talking about this Lieutenant Foebe in Abia State. We are still talking about her, not to talk about Gloria, not to talk of all others. So, like, what is the imperative for him? What is in need for him? What is the party has taking with these people that is prompting him to throw caution in the wind and showing himself, because he was busy. How can you be elected as a governor and then you will go yourself in person, like in person, to go and visit a treasonable felon, and you hug him and you do photo op, and and they are looking at you, the whole world is seeing you, you are taking pictures, they are all smiles. Like, is it part of your government? Like, hello, somebody should please explain this for me. Hello. Good afternoon. Good evening from this end. Yeah?
You mentioned that, but not enough as the melon. So it kind of throws more light on what the hypocritical leaders we have masquerading themselves as politicians. Go to Obinna Basimalo's Facebook page. On July 7, 2021, that young man made a post that.
Are you wait just a second. I think the volume is low, so let me try and connect it to
Okay.
Please call me back because the thing is not connecting while the call is on. Let me see. Couldn't connect. Okay. Hello. Not really, but I don't know why. There's nothing I can do. Let me see if this other Bluetooth is on.
Yeah. So, like I was saying,
Sorry, I don't know what. I want to connect it to the speaker so that everybody can hear. Let me see. Okay, it's not here. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I'm thinking that, is there a part, that was made on behalf of Obiora Abasimalu? Because I was looking for the pictures where he visited Soludo. If somebody can send me those pictures, if somebody can send me those pictures. So let me see. So let me see if it will connect again. Housing with money. Hello, my sister. You can continue. The thing is not connecting. I don't know why. So you can continue.
Yeah. So I said that when you brought up Obinna Basimalo, it was so glaring that the people parading as politicians in the East, they are all criminals. They just hid under the cloak of politics to perfect their crime. Go to Obinna Basimalo's Facebook page. On July 7, 2021, the young man made a post. The entire PDP structure of Nnewi South collapses into Labour Party. That statement is kind. I'm looking at it now in my computer. The statement is kind of worrisome because if we pay attention to the fact the sitting governor shrugged his disappearance off his shoulder, even when our brothers provided, even when not my brothers, even when the Eastern terrorists provided evidences of how they took him away and showed the type of car China Sanwo was telling them, you are instructed to keep him until after election. Do not delete him. But they said that because of Equalim already instructed them to delete anybody that engages in political activities, they didn't spare him. They went as far as showing his car. That didn't ring bell to the criminals running for gubernatorial seat, and the criminal handing over to him to take a good look. Blessedom is like with this post and the crowd that was supporting the young man before his disappearance, is it not obvious that the whole nonsense has been politically sponsored from the word go?
Yeah.
Ijele made a video today. In that video, we saw the master of all clowns in the East, the first vampire of the East, assuring his followers that Nigeria can no longer drill oil and export from Port Harcourt. Then the big question is this. I thought that they said that the war was fought because of marginalization. What business has oil, interest in who drills oil, got to do with the war on ground? It has been all about who controls what. It has been all about control of resources. The only way they can divert people's attention is to create all this mayhem so that they will be the center of conversation at all times. Ojukwu did it and succeeded. Nna Kanu did it and succeeded. Don't be surprised to see that a madman suddenly saw where they are doing a painting work. Removes his or her clothes and dip it in a paint color that has Biafra color, blue, black, and red. Igbos will still run after that madman, thinking that the new Messiah has come.
All right, thank you so much.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
it's not funny.
I know. It's the same thing. It's in synchrony with what I was saying yesterday, that when you at the mention of Biafra, you activate the Mumu button. Yeah, you activate. It's something you need if you want. Like a button. Once you press it, their Mumu button is activated. So, okay, how do you want it now? Command and control. That's what they are doing.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Biafra, like you said, Biafra is dead.
Yeah.
They say Biafra is dead. I say Biafra
is the real one. So it's not today. And in Biafra, at the mention of Biafra, what has happened to Alibu and Ndibu all the time? Yeah.
Water could just carry them, they go at the mention of Biafra. And as long as you are deleting them, even if you are deleting them and shouting Biafra, the families will be standing by and thank you for helping them reunite them to their ancestors in the name of Biafra.
Yeah. So once you mention Biafra, you have a free license. You can go on Ndibo, you can do anything, and you can do anything you want. Yeah.
Simply put, if you want to franchise the deleting of Igbos and be justified and also be applauded by your victim, just franchise Biafra, just paint your color Biafra, you are good to go. Come in the name of Biafra, you can destroy Igbo land, everybody will still there and applaud you.
Yeah.
And you don't do the one you fit do. If you know fit do again, just give us update. We not beg them again.
No, I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to make sense of the whole thing because of all the hype about Soludo, his professorship and all that thing. Me, I'm not a professor. So we are just analyzing.
What business has professorship with common sense? Make no mistake, if anybody say I the envy of Soludo because I know the professor, tomorrow I will publish my pictures. I will give myself 5 days, I will publish myself as I get PhD and become one plus professor. So it's not all about anything, it's all about let us face what it is. This is the only people that are saved today from their mad people are Yoruba people who cage their own madman and ship him out of Yoruba land so they can have peace. Imagine that Nigerian government ordered Igbos to stay indoors every Monday. And our Nigerian security men to delete anybody that dares to come out and destroy their properties. What do you think will be the story? But today, Igbos arm their children, send the rest of the population indoors. Anybody that comes out pays the ultimate price, and no single person is talking. I am not partisan to politics. I'm not ready to be partisan to politics. But I can tell you this today, Blessedom. You see all of them that are parading, seeking for political power in the East. They are jokers. They created this insecurity so that nobody would demand for accountability for them. I don't finish.
All right.
The one you go feed.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Share them.
Yeah.
You go catch people. They go. Time don't pass when they tell them to stop. Make them they go. Make go the clap and they follow them. They go.
All right, my sister. Thank you so much. I have to stop here. So I wanted to show you guys some of the information that we have from the time Obiora Basimalu was taken by Umu Ekwesu that called themselves Umu Chineke. So this is from Vanguard, and this was how they reported it. There was a group. There was just a group, a CSO petition Buhari to give 7-day ultimatum to find the Guba candidate. We're talking about a gubernatorial candidate. And it was not found, and the election went as if nothing happened. And so I want to show you here his page. So you can see his last post was in December. He's not the one that made this post. I'm sure it's someone that made it on his behalf. But the last post he made was here, 29th of August. And you can see him with the person that is supporting him. They said this man is, I don't know which one of them is Ogandi Oga that they are talking about. Good evening, Asiningu. So this is Obiora, this is Labour Party. And, so you can see he's a young man. When you want credible people, an MBA, Master in Business Administration, you can see the crowd, legitimate, people who have come out to show their support. It's not just anybody. And this is the caliber of the person we are talking about. He wanted to be the governor of Anambra State, and he has the followership. And all of a sudden, you can't be said they're fine and they no see him. I'm going to his page directly on Facebook. This is still the state of his page. Obiora Basimal, he's from Anambra State. He was a Guba candidate. He was supposed to be an opponent. He was running alongside with Soludo and other candidates. He was supposed to go through with Labour Party. And like our sister was saying, whether they said PDP was about to collapse into Labour Party. I don't know what that, I don't really know about that. I'm just taking that information verbatim. You can see the young man here full of life, so tell me, guys, am I wrong to insinuate that, there is something going on? So for him to say, release Kanu for me, release Kanu for me, release him for me, I will pay shorty. Why? You are the governor of a state. Yesterday, I was reading for you an audio where Escape ESN was trying to disclose what is going on. If, for example, they can still save those in their custody. Inside, he was very descriptive. People who know that place will know exactly what this man is talking about. But that will not be. It's not the interest of Soludo. Soludo is saying, give him to me. I want to sign shorty for him. Are you also signing shorty for all the people that are direct casualties of this man? Like, I don't get it, people. Like, I don't know what is going on, but I am not understanding. So back to Obiora Wasimali, you can see the crowd. So this is it. He was going around doing his campaign. Everything was going on very well for him. You can see, I'm not making this up. This is from his page, his Facebook page before he left. Yeah. So you can see he was being engaging, going around meeting people. There are also videos, from his page here. I'm just looking from his page. So without wasting much of your time, I want to show you the video of Umu Ekwensu that, they took him out. Where is that video? I'm coming. Let me share that video with you guys. I think I lost that video because I started it. I will share the video with you guys again. So this guy, he is on Facebook.
My name is still Ikenga Imo Ugbochinyere, a bona fide active member of IPOB and also an active financial member as well, serving the indigenous people of Biafra through media, evangelists, and also in music. This short video that you are about to listen right now is a hard evidence concerning the program that we anchored in Idu Biafra TV/radio against Mazi Chinas Anworo in connection with the gubernatorial candidate in a Labour Party by name Obiora Abasimalu, whom he sent to go from Anambra State to go to Imo State in order to go and sabotage the location of our gallant men. But when gotten there, our men been able to defeat them. Then Mazi Chinas Anworo now snapped exactly the type of vehicle that this man is. You know what I'm saying now? Send it to him, requesting for the release of the man and his men, including this motor. So you're going to listen to it, and also you're also going to listen where one of our gallant men, 200 million naira was promised to him by this candidate, Obiora Abasimalu, who to run for governorship election. And if you go to the Guardian newspaper online, you just type in Obiora Abasimalu, you are going to see a news that the Guardian newspaper declare him his whereabouts unknown on the 29th of September 2021. And this message that you're about to listen to me right now came to me 27th and 28th of September.
Okay.
This year, 2021. And this incident.
So this is the person. Now, I want to remove this side where they are talking about. They said what is basically saying in this part is that they are using this thing to throw at them. Basically,
this is more than 70 pieces, but this is to show sample.
I believe happened on the 26th. On the 26th, because according to one of the messages he sent on the 27th, he said this thing happened yesterday. So it's actually happened on the 26th of September, so 2021. So everybody who got this message must send it to the HOD and the entire members of DOS. This short clip is very, very important. If you have time, you go to Idu Biafra TV/radio, you watch the full analysis about the program. But this is the hard evidence. Listen.
Okay, so we go.
Hello, Namuko. SN will give the picture of the motor and there. But that one, or black one, but exactly this one. So only governorship aspirant level. Or escort to Yana and the army.
I want to let you talk. So
then along the line is where the feet is happy. What about you with the Ndayanki? What did I need you for judgment?
They took
you about it. Also, they only try Darad, the made incident. Not after war, this governorship aspirant. And the soldier just Kawana release. So where the future Hama Moto Hama Henile. I want so no one quit my voice note. I remember a voice note. Guam Kamota when they could network and disturb them or do so. Call the corporate me. No, just those who question before. And full number recording. So more record there. Agenda who could report to all the Agamanoya was sent this motor. But the motor in the man or black. so only who can akpọ Ogandota na Anambra also from Labour Party azo so and mgbe ha zụrụ ọnwa azọkwa ni election ahụ eme politics ha niile ahụ nke ọbụla gbere na trap anyị ma gọvanọ ha anyị nwe ga-akpọgara ha chukwu for judgment that is what we have so enwa na-agbakeri ala kemgbe ahụ ewe iwe ihe ha ji arụ ọrụ amazi mma onye nwasị ndị gara ya mụta nke ụtọ ka a na-agagodi udo dịrị gị but I send the voice note call from direct and the full neighbor who voice record. So more record the human yakuru. But with this motor, black one here, how we use it and the other can die in the amen and the mopo or bocos. Monday can the amotanka self hanile, woman die. So, no one about area maka this man. So, yeah, what the problem? Oh, I know recently in Kamega yesterday, so, no, then tomorrow, come send the poster the man, I don't know, governorship aspirant. I do know, we support the politicians. I know, like, they keep worrying the governors are alive and all these governorship aspirants are alive. Whereby they are killing us on daily basis. A man here will not be a good reason, man. Yeah, that idiot to governorship aspirant and even in Belgium, Yolanda and their hope. Lecture there, no quite 200 million. Happy. I go as long as my hand conspire, I talk a humble direct election number. And we are not going to spare all of them. The Hangana Bazar and Nachina Samuri Sialo, Tutana, Iji Hona, release the man, no brand, the trade man, Ananda. The Hangana Bazar and Nachina Samuri Sialo, Tutana, Iji Hona, release the man. No, Nachina Samuri Sialo, Tutana, Iji Hona, release the man, no brand, the trade man, Ananda Misona, a terrorizum, do the machine.
So I want to go back a little bit so I can interpret. I wanted you guys to listen to it completely before I start.
Because according to one of the messages he sent on the 27th, he said this thing happened.
So I send the government the picture of the motor send there.
So this is the
but that one or black one, but exactly this one. So only who governorship aspirant.
The governorship aspirant
level. Obo escort yana nde Batala. Na bazi. Then along the line is where the feet is rehabia.
And he had also security with him. Engage them with
for judgment.
And when
so na
they overpowered
Darada, they made the incident. Not after war, this is governorship aspirant and the soldier Yasenaya.
Please make sure that nothing happens to them. Not even caring that they lost. And so they are like, why is he interested in the politician? He's not interested in the voice note. But he was they call
those who question and full recording. So more record there. And that whole Kusriboto. Although you are Gamano was sending this motor, but moto in the man or black. So anywhere who can about Ogandota. Nanambara, also from Labour Party. So the Mbaz was openly election I am a politician. Hanila, collaborating and trap by my governor. I want to Abogra to for judgment. That is what we have. So, no one now back here like Kemba. We went here.
So,
Amazon Moya was sending
and then China angry since that
this motor, black one here. how am I use it? And the other can die or settle all and not judging it to release the man. A man and the man, I go a judgment. So in the amen and the mopo or bocos. Monday came the amount and cancer for Hanile. Woman die. So no one about a area, Maka this man. So yeah, what the problem?
So Chinasa Nworu was running up and down to save him, because he already got connection from the bigger politician that is sponsoring this man. They're like, don't let anything happen to this man. Call your boys, call your boys. Chinasa Nworu was calling his boys. Don't let anything happen to this man. You understand? And then when he found out that they has done something to the man, he now revealed their location. He now revealed their location to them. Are you reading what is written there? Are you reading what is written there? So, like that man that is doing the voice message yesterday, and he was narrating this kind of thing, the number of people that they are sending to God inside the bush. It sounds so sorry, but this is what is going on. No.
Then tomorrow, come send the poster the man. I support the politicians. They keep worrying the governors alive and the all these governorship aspirants alive. One by their killing us on daily basis. A man here will know the that idiot, the governorship aspirant.
Yeah, so my people, you have seen it. I'm not making this up. It's their media. So you tell me, guys, somebody that is a governorship candidate, all of a sudden before election, is nowhere to be found. And you have these mojos with their face, with videos, with messages coming out to detail what happened. And still, there's no investigation. And still, nobody said anything. It was not newsworthy, not mention-worthy in the whole of Anambra State, talk less of in Nigeria. The guy that is giving this, compiled this video that put it out there, I will show you his video. He's on Facebook. Let me wait to. Let me show you the guy. This man that was missing. He's coming with his full face, so talking. Was handed over by our gallant men onto Chukwu Okike Abiama. Are you hearing that he was handed onto Chukwu Okike Abiama? And this news reported on the 29th of September. Are you people hearing him? 2021, and declaring was handed over by our gallant men. By their gallant men, their ESN. Onto Chukwu Okike Abiama. 27 and 28. And there was a governor in that state, nothing. On the 29th of September, 2021, and declaring missing. They are not hiding, no. They are not hiding what they did. Him missing, and when I go down to the news, I find out that this man have come in contact with some of our men, according to the news, in the Navy, and they adopted him. But he promised them money, and he gifted them money. 200 million. Millions. They released him at the Navy. Do you understand what I'm saying now? The same tactics was used when he was red-handed captured. When he was red-handed captured on the one that he is now with the God, Chukwu Okike Abiama, for the final judgment. So that, you know, when Kanu say he decide who live or die, it's because he have people that he's always sending to go and decide who live or die.
200 million naira for his release.
200 million.
But what they told him, they said to him, you connive with the other politicians to kidnap our leader, Nna Kanu.
And this guy is in Austria.
We have no choice than to send you to heaven.
He's somewhere in Europe. The Buhari government, the state, everybody know this guy. He's not hiding, and he's giving them info. Nothing is happening.
Governor of Anambra State, send this message to him. And every politician in Biafra land, be it South-South or so-called Southeast, and me in the old Eastern region, down to the Bendel, which is right now Igoromigoro, send this to them. They don't care about you. They do not care about you. You have they declared this man missing. Today, who is talking about him?
Okay.
Now, the question that this family of this man, Opiora Abashimalu, their family have to ask China Sanworu where he is. Because I know that his family, his wife, know that this man is communicating with China Sanworu. You're saying now? If his elder son is say 25 years, and if this man is somebody who
so anyway, you know, I'm telling you, like, I'm trying to make sense while a sitting governor will come at it. So you see, you know, they did it and they are saying it. He's giving, you know, this brother that is saying that he belongs to autopilot. Of course, and that is when the split started, because the boys who did it were under China Sanworu. If you listen to the audio properly, they were listening to China Sanworu. It was China Sanworu's camp, and he was their oga doing the DO shit that he was doing. And this man came into their hands, and they finished the man. It's China Sanworu's men that are, because China Sanworu
I go as long as my conspire, I think I have both direct we came election number. And we are not going to spare all of them. The Hangana Bazayangare, Nachina Sanworu Sialo, Tutane, Iji Hona, release the man, no brand, the trade man, and the Hangana Bazayangare.
Are you hearing it? That what is not confusing to them, that it was too important for China Sanworu for them not to buy the man, because they have settled him and he doesn't care about their men that they lost, and that's why he's very angry. That's why he's very angry, and because he's angry, he's not looking for alternative, because they feel like China Sanworu was telling them nothing must happen to that man. He was showing them the picture. China Sanworu, one kita, in short, one kita. China Sanworu was telling them, don't touch that man, don't let anything happen to him. He's in this color of car, the black version of this car. Make sure nothing happen to him. Meanwhile, the bingos have already sent him to God. Meanwhile, the bingos are China Sanworu did not know. He was trying to rally because the Oga was paid him and said, please, this one is my G. No let anything happen to her. That one called, they said the guy when they this, he saying like before when they don't carry and go put them inside their camp. So they said the guy when they inside this motor, the black one, Mona make sure say nothing happen to her. And they tell and say, Oga, we finish work. Even the person where the police and the security will follow her, we finish there. They don't they heaven by now. You understand? So they say China Sanwe na one kita con the verse. Say why? You know, they know they listen to waiting they talk. If they give the order that they do another thing. Then they call the verse for the China Sanwan kita say why? Ingo they tell them say may they go do this kind of thing and they get casualty for their side. Say their men that they fall. You no care. Waiting they care now make the release politician for her. So therefore they don't want to release politician because they believe the you know say they be mumu, they be bingos. They don't already believe the Iberi is the way they lie for them. Say now all these things politician blah blah blah. No, say that the politician go and they do their work for them. You understand? So they say why they know one man that they buy politician, should be that the politician I put there for this condition and they you know that kind of a thing. So anyone where they see they go still send and go give God. Now from there the divine country because as Chinas are no con they no reach, they no con they agree, they know they on the same page again. They can't they find another savior. You know they need a savior, and lo and behold, whose savior is available for them. You know they can't go see the other savior now. The Simon or the son of Ipa, the next savior. Now they can't go see. Now they can't call the Simon Ipa, the son of savior, another savior, the third leg of the salvation. Say, come and save us. So now they carry the detail of their doings. They give China, they give Simon Ekpa. You understand? So they repeat that because of some bingos where they know they understand something quick. You have to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. They go see they drag, you know. Not only that command and control, now they work for them because they don't need to think. You don't have them think how it go be, you know. So this is something we are looking at. And if you remember, it's not only this guy. You remember, it's not only this guy that this thing happened to. You remember, you remember that one, they call him Okay, he was a lawmaker. The same 200 million, he was a lawmaker, Anambra. You remember what happened to Okay? The Bupi Ishi. Put her for the side of the road. They put her for side of the road. People, they waka like say nothing happened. The picture was all over social media. Listen to what the family member they talk.
Ịmakwa na anyị vu 200 million wee buru alụmdi. Ụmụazị wee kwụba anyị n'anwụ wee gụba 200 million. Ihe ha jiri wee gụ 200 million bụ 3 hours. Wee ha gụba ego na agụcha. Wee si anyị naba. Anyị asịba hapụnye na anyị oke mgbe ahụ oke kpudoziri ihu na ya amaghị ụmụ na-ekuchikwa nke ome. Nwatakịrị nke ọjọọ ha ji mma gbuwa anyị isi ọtọgbọrụzie anyị amaghị ụmụ ọkadụ ndụ. Asị hapụnye na anyị onye nke na-egbuwara isi ka anyị jee nye tritment. Ndị na-ebu ụmụ anụ ọfịa. Ndị na-ewu ụmụ anụ ọhịa mmadụ adụ ha n'ime ha asị anyị zuzupuo ọwụ ya ka anyị na-anatarụzi ndị na-ewe aka wee kwe ndị na-egbu oke.
So this Okay is a lawmaker in Anambra State, in the same Anambra as a politician. So the bingos also got hold of him. They now said that the family should go and bring 200 million. How much did you hear from that Obiora now? 200 million. He gave them 200 million the first time they hold him. So it's like that is how they roll when they have politicians. 200 million, you know. So maybe this one, not be the money they need. Now Ishi Agongongori and they need, you know. Now the woman, the mother say they carry 200 million, go give them inside bush. since when they bought me, I never use my eye see 200 million. I don't know how it look like, how the container go big reach. Okay, the carry go give the inside book, say then count that 200 million for 3 hours, then stand for inside sun. Those boys, they count the money to make sure say it complete. So when it come complete, say by that time they see that, okay, where they lie down and for ground, he face down, he lie down. So they don't know whether he dey breathe or he no dey breathe. But the other person where they be like say na the boy where they follow and aid or something like that. Say they carry knife, won't go buwa easy, you know. They carry knife like this, cut the head. So person they see him. Okay, when they come count money, now they come tell them say, okay, they say make they go. They say, okay, Mona give us, okay, now may we they go. They say no, may they come up for your war rubbish. Say no be as they don't reach house, now they can't hear the story. Say they don't buy the okay. So now the person will bring all these things. Now a whole governor, they thought say may they release them. Like seriously? Like I said, I don't know if anybody wants to join. You are welcome to join. You are welcome to call. So this is the reality of what is going on. It's just like what happened in Imo State today. I shared the pictures and the video with you in WhatsApp. I will share some of the other videos left in the Telegram later. See what they did in that Ikenga Imo house. So they use and they settle their scores. We tell them. Today, some people go that walk today for that okay house. Many security, many people. You see as all of them don't finish for there. You ask for it. So I just said the only thing that will make sense is you make agreement with these people, say, you know, I go do like this, I go do like this. For my mind, though,
it's about 18 years, or before that 18 years, he might have been telling his.
For my mind, that's the only thing where they make sense for my mind. Say, why this man? Why this man go? They say me then give him Soludo. Soludo go. They say me then release Naburia for him. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm saying. Maybe he had to meet up with the promise he promised them. You know, their modus is anybody they call Sabo. You remember this lady? You know they hide them. They come outside and they talk and nobody say that they hide themselves. Remember this lady? She's in London, I guess. She's in the United Nations. I don't know where United Kingdom. Let me play what she said. He saw the names of Sabos. Who are Sabos? People that they cannot lie to.
The Sabo tours, I saw their names in Biafra TV. Biafras, you don't need to release their name before you do them many things. No, you're supposed to be walking on the ground. Remove them, send them to history.
A mother of 4 children, raising them peacefully in London.
They are eating in the blood of their brothers.
He said, made anybody where they tag saboteur, made them they do underground.
Their daily activities with the blood of their brothers. You don't need to list their names. You're supposed to go under. Remove them and send them.
So when they are now inside now, all they need to. You remember that yesterday? My brother, you are welcome. Let me add you. Sorry. Have I added you? Yeah, I have it. Our brother Henry Chimeze is here. You remember yesterday, the guy was like, Osumowo people, don't you have men? Don't you have people? How can you allow these people to take root like that? And that guy said, if you're a young man and you are living in that place and you don't join them, you will be tagged the saboteur, and you know what that means. That is what this one is saying. And this lady is in London. Her video, she did it in a live broadcast. This Omote Biafra, she did her own video, giving them detail of how to do, who to pack. And they are doing it. It's not as if they are hiding it. They are not even hiding it. Me, I never trusted him. As soon as, for me, I feel like when you have listened to this Nna Kanu and have heard everything he has said, and you have seen the carnage he has instituted, that he has instituted, you know, and then you see a politician going there to embrace him, then what is the logic for that? Tell me. My brother, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Blessedom. Good evening. And good evening, all listening to Blessedom. And let me start from thanking you, Ijele, and members of your followers and other good persons alike. In my personal opinion, the days of sounding the warning is over.
Yeah.
The only thing that is left now is for the communities that are affected to brace up, either to live by these guys' rule or live by their own rules. And if you remember, I've said this as far back as 2021, that IDP is loading, and we're hitting that precipice. Now, at the end of the day, the politicians have their hands in the cookies jar. The politicians that should call the shots are the ones gaslighting the environment.
Yeah.
Now, the same persons who think Nna Kanu has brought them blessing, let them benefit. I had a conversation with a friend of mine, which is one of us in Germany, this evening. I said, the challenge we have as Nigerians, we don't learn from nothing. How do I mean? The days of the militancy. In fact, the greatest challenge we have, Nigerian government over time has created this normalcy that crime pays.
Yeah.
They did it with the militants, they did it with the bandits, with the Boko Haram, and now with this, Eastern group terrorists called IPOB.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the difference? Nothing. Today, the North is taking a hard stand on Boko Haram and bandits. Let everyone go back to 2015. All the governors that made reckless statements, they are paying heavy price for it today. The same way our politicians are making reckless statements. You see, this Ugbochinyere, I don't have any personal sympathy for any of them. They started with, first, they burnt a guy house in Ohofia. Most Ndi Igbo in US were celebrating. One Chidinma, I don't want to mention, I'm calling the person Sabo. They went to Joe Ibokwe, people are celebrating. They went to Ezawa, people are celebrating. They went to other persons. They went to Hope Uzodinma, may so rest in peace, late Professor John Obiozo. Today is Ugbochinyere. He go reach everybody roof. It's a question of time. You see, in any society where a criminal group, organized group, has an upper hand, the government has their hands in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Now, when it started, in the South, they said you are fighting for the oil in their communities. The politicians had their hands in the cookie jar, thinking they were doing the center. Now they started kidnapping Ndocha. We felt it's going to end there.
Yeah.
Today, let every Saint Nigerian realize how kidnapping became a business. They learned it from a particular group.
Yeah.
Now, when this,
and Asari is being celebrated, Abi.
Not even Asari. Most of them today are living off that criminality large. Ateke today is a crown chief. So many of them. Tompolo today is, I don't want to be mentioning names, but those of us who are conscious and understand the interplay have seen it before our very eyes. Now, this thing started in North, let's say in 2015. Rather than the presidency and the government to take a stand, they started cattle colony. How water dried in the desert, how we scatter routes, how they go to Brazil to buy, how Nigeria has become, the open ground for all headers from all over Africa. Today, it is a shame that the government is fighting a conventional war to get rid of these bandits and criminals. It is a shame that the ordinary Nigerians are paying with their lives, blood, and properties for this. The Southeast, what did we learn? Nothing. Owazurike started this nonsense since 1999. It has cost us almost, apart from Ebonyi State when it comes to infrastructure, which of the states within the Southeast that looks like a state? Let me use Abia State as an example. Let me forget, if I'm to start from Okezo, Ibazo, Tieno, both the 13% derivation, Shopee payments, federal allocation, borrowings, IGR, if we are to open the treasury of Abia State, it will run into trillions. Does Abia State look like a state that has seen such money? The answer is no. Now, look at states like Kaduna, Kanu. The other day, they commissioned a cancer health center worth of 10 million. Today, Okezo is running with all respect with Wike. Look at Wike's project he's commissioning. He has built mother and child hospital, everything. What have we got? Only flyover. Ndibo, let's continue pampering this thing. The only people that feel this is a joke is those communities that these things are not present in. At the end of the day, all the politicians, it is a shame. It is a shame. Look at what Soludo is saying. Even when you look at Ugbochinyere, I blame him because of the federal government. All these kid gloves are flying across the board. Which person can stand and sit and tell a federal government that you should release somebody? Or that, that one, even let's go back to when he was arrested. His lawyer on video admitted that he was in a Kenyan hospital for the same heart condition. Now Ugbochinyere is lying against the government that heart condition started when he was arrested. Now, this so-called Ugbochinyere, is he oblivious of the fact that this guy gave instruction where they tied uniform personnel? Those of us living in diaspora, that is still out of our ethnic sentiment, ethnic lens and emotions siding this thing. Can anybody who is based in the UK attack a police officer and go scot-free? Even if in this country, buying, by sentence is not part of it. The worst is like that person will never have peace till the law. That's what they call the long arms of the law. Today, there is a government agency called National Crime Agency. Go on their website. They have declared many criminals wanted, many on the run. I've said it. What is the federal government waiting for? To institute a special task force to begin to look at existential threats in Nigeria, how to tackle it.
And not allow it to overblow before
that
they
is it.
To be a little bit proactive.
Let me just digress for 1 minute. All the persons that were saying Buhari is going to Islamize Nigeria, Buhari has less than 5 months to become an ex-president. Has he Islamized us? The answer is no. Rather, it is our own politicians that is our own undoing. It is people from our own region. Today, does any local government in the Southeast look like a local government, a functional local government? The answer is no. Practically, what most of them are doing is just to pay salaries and overbloat their staff and make money. This issue now is the beginning. The alienation will start within the Igbo. And people should understand, these guys, if the government and the person of the Southeast are willing to tackle this thing, they need to focus on their network. Start from those within Nigeria. Begin to take people like, I'll say this now, is on record. I'm on camera. This is my own, these are my own words, not Blessedom. Government, states commit crime on behalf of the states. UK does it. Russia does it.
Take it easy.
Where I'm coming now, the government needs to begin to look at confirmation and communion of these guys, right? Sometime in the UK, I can't remember, it's about almost 10 years now, a former double agent who was playing double, they took him out of the way in Plimco. What the government said, he by himself put himself for a ball bag. Now government do that job, clean hand. Israel does it. The one they did in Lebanon. Russia does it. Was it not about 3 years ago? They did one in Salisbury in UK. Saudi Arabia did it in Turkey. I don't want to mention the guy's name. This African is where they take out. So the Nigerian government, when would they begin to draw a line? that enough is enough.
I think what you said is just the conclusion of it, that the Nigerian state rewards criminality.
Absolutely.
And makes it look like crime is lucrative, starting from the governors and the elected officials that just brazen embezzlement. And there is no accountability, no mechanism to make them to account for what they are looting. For example, the Southeasterners, they use Biafra to cover their looting, brazen looting, and there's no mechanism. The state has mechanism, but it's handicapped by the judiciary that is not interested to do anything for the benefit of the common man. For example, Ojus Okali, he stole billions, and the case dragged for more than 20 years and came to a conclusion, and they said there was a problem in the procedure, and so the state needs to start all over again.
You're even going far. TLG and his son was arrested. Photo lab. They used that project to siphon the whole of Abia State funds. Today, TLG and his son are they not free? The former ex-Anambra State Governor, Obiano, all the money he is not in America back. You see, Nigerian government.
And the wife is coming back for more. They are insatiable. So at the end of the day now,
my sympathy lies with the vulnerable and ordinary Nigerian. Because at the end of the day, they bear the brunt of everything. They are losing out in terms of good governance. They are losing out in terms of dividends of democracy. They are losing out in terms of in all ramifications, and yet they are still siding with these politicians. At the end of the day, it is the government is not interested in dealing with this thing. Who are these? When you look now, let me come back. This country now. The other time they busted the wolf. There are so many persons who are trying to bring in Class A drugs, even arms. It is on. People should follow National Crime Agency. People are trying to bring in light and medium arms. There is organized gang in this country. Even the ones on car theft, targeting exotic cars. Even the Albanian criminal groups, they're after them. People on the run. Even most of them, they arrested them in remote villages. Was it not last year that the Italian police, they arrested a mafia they've been tracking for the last 4 years somewhere in a remote village in Spain? What will it take the Nigerian authority to sit up and begin to declare these guys wanted through the Interpol?
Because the politicians are playing with Nigerians, and Nigerians don't know how to, nobody has taught them how to demand accountability. So they are thinking separation.
Those of them who live in America, they need to look in their local environment, how even their local authorities are responding to criminal and organized crime. America has so much organized criminal gangs out there, but the government is not allowing them to have a field day. Even the mayors put laws to stifle these things. There are federal laws, declare them wanted.
Yeah, and there are
in Lewisham, which is Southeast London, there's a big digital screen. What the police does, all the local criminals, they flash their faces, declare wanted. What will it take the government to step in with a special task force? Nigeria is a sovereign country. We have that international collaboration and cooperation. Without that international collaboration and cooperation, Kenya or whichever country would not hand over. It is a government that, you see, just like information, they pass on information. Okay, some people are airborne. They think they don't know they are carrying some substance. Before they arrive Moritala or Abuja, they have informed the local authority, which is the NDLA, that so flight, so person is a person of interest. Watch out for him.
And they don't even need to go far. Like what I'm seeing with Andrew Tate in Romania, the U.S. embassy communicated with Romanian authorities. The guy was holding out in Romania, thinking he's going to be safe to be doing his underdoings. So the U.S. embassy in Romania communicated to the local police in Romania. They bust his apartment. They took him in. He's still in custody. So they don't even need to do so much. We have Nigerian embassies of U.S., of Germany, right there. And the U.S. embassy, they are seeing all these things, but they are not going to take the initiative to go and do anything. You have to make the move. Like this guy that is detailing how they send somebody to go to God in heaven. Shebi, he lives in Germany. Somebody wrote it here, and German embassy is there. German embassy will never condone something like that. You communicate that thing like that to the embassy in Lagos, in Abuja. They will communicate it to the Minister of Interior. That is all.
Now, Nna Kanu's younger brothers,
embassies in Nigeria, and
Nna Kanu's younger brothers interview.
Nigerian military, I don't know what they are doing.
Nna Kanu's younger brother, Emmanuel Kanu, granted a very strong incriminating interview against himself. The DSS did not invite him. Okay. But people of South should be shouting Gumi. Now, they need to bring him for interrogation. What is the deal? Provide the location identities of the genuine ESN. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. This so-called non-such war running his mouth, bring him in. Come and show us those genuine ESN and their location. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. You know, this is not a big deal. You see, not until we begin to politicize insecurity in Nigeria, we are going nowhere. Now, Peter Obi, with all due respect, I don't mention political. He said he went to IDP camp in January, in December, and saw them. Is it obvious, or is it living in oblivion that IDP is loading in the southeast? If myself, yourself, and Ijele, and ordinary of us, you know, with all due respect, other members, we can see this thing. From 2021, we have been crying. If we have said things that are 100, out of that 195 has come to fruition. I'm not an expert. I'm not a government official. I'm just a concerned Southeasterner, only Igbo. If myself, yourself can see these things and we are crying for help, the politicians, can they not see where this thing is headed to?
Because
when they started, we said this is going to become a movement of targeted buying and destruction. Are they not seeing it?
It's like they are just beating the drum, the music they play, you know, but they are not on the other end. It's like they are not on the other end. They are not receiving the dancing. Oh, we have a visitor here. Map. They are not on the other end. Hello?
Hello.
It's like they are not on the other end. They are not. Can you mute the listening device so we can hear you better? Here. Map.
Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, very clear.
I have been seeing your evil job. And
Blessedom, I think I know this guy is a bingo. Yeah, he's based in Germany. And this is one of the idiots.
Oh, he's based in Germany.
He's based in Germany. And this is one of the idiots. Really not this person.
So you are living in Germany.
Why are you removing me? I come to debate two of you.
You want to tell me I'm doing evil job.
And both of you debate without an
You said I'm doing evil job. You started,
yes,
like Kanu is doing evil, and you are living in Germany and you are supporting the evil. Do you know there are videos of all your kids, all the
parents? If both of you so much love Nigeria, you shouldn't travel out too. You could have been in Nigeria. You are not in Nigeria. You are not in Nigeria. So why did you travel out?
Can you give me a few minutes to address him?
Okay.
Now listen.
Wait, allow me to speak before you speak.
Can I ask you a question?
You don't get to tell us when.
Listen. You
ask your question.
Yeah.
Ask your question.
You said if I love Nigeria,
why do you travel out?
Why should I travel out?
Yes.
I made an informed choice, right?
You can join
now I ask you the same question. Why are you outside of Nigeria?
Because I don't love Nigeria.
You don't love Nigeria.
Yes,
so
it's not a
if you don't love Nigeria, whose fault is it?
It's your fault. And the leader's fault.
Can you take this bingo off?
You are mad. Your father is a
bingo.
You see, that bingo is
Germany. It's good that he showed his face, anyways.
He's one. I am coming. Now, Blessedom, 1 minute, please.
Okay.
He's one of those who was on camera, you know, making video broadcasts, inciting these bingos to go take out our elders. Can we see the sort of people gaslighting? He is living. When they bring these arguments, they come, oh, the place you are.
Hello.
People, you know, that people fought for it. Now, he...
I was only calling you to remove that idiot from the...
Okay. I already removed him, yeah.
He doesn't live in Italy. He lives in Italy. Very human being, very brainless.
Okay.
The way you see him, the way
you see that guy is at even a 5-year-old kid reason more better than him. I was just only calling you for you to remove you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, my brother, you can continue.
Now, I come on here with my face and my identity. They always come, his name is not Mark, to show you how cowardly they all are. You know, Blessedom, each time I blame the Nigerian government. People like this should not have the free right to incite violence against the sovereign country. He is based in Germany. If he is well born, let him make a post targeting the Jewish community.
No, he's not in Germany. I've learned that he's in Italy. The thing is, somebody can actually come and say their point. But the thing is, they are so in this bingo modus that they only what they think about is how to attack and insult. You know, their brain is already kaput. They don't like they can't reason. Like they think it's a normal way of engaging in conversation when you are insulting and attacking somebody. Like you are coming on my show and like you are coming, you have been seeing my evil show. So if I'm doing evil, why do you want to be a part of the evil that I'm doing? You see how stupid these people are.
You see the funny thing, they believe they have this right.
You cannot even calm down and what you are literally putting me on the fence and say you live in Germany. Why don't you go and live in Nigeria? You know, like yeah, I live in Germany. I can live in Nigeria. I've lived in Nigeria. Kanu was living in London. His family is still in London. So if he loved Igbo land so much and he wants to deliver, why is his family and his brothers and his sister, why are they all abroad? His brother, his sister, Kanu, they are all in Germany. Why? Why are they not in Nigeria fighting for the Biafra?
Every one of them inciting and gaslighting.
This woman that I was just showing you now, she's in London raising her children. Why are they not, so, this ideology that you have to hate your origin because you don't like how it is running, what is going on there. So the only emotion you can show to your own origin is hate. That is the real disconnect you see in these people.
Blessedom, in my company, the place I work, is a global company. We work with Americans, even remotely, and some are based in the UK, other offices, right? I had a conversation with an American. When I mentioned the land of the free and brave, he started laughing. They have their own stories to tell about America. This is a white woman. They have their own reservations about America, but they don't go outright, spiting America everywhere they go. The same here in Britain. You have people that don't like the system. There are people that are outrightly against the monarch. Right? It's all over the place. These are people who walk around with evil in their hearts. And unfortunately, they are spitting the same hatred into an innocent generation. Now he is in Italy. If the government of Italy decide to allow the mafians and the criminal gang to have a field day, him as a black man, he's an endangered species in Italy. They will go by and nothing will happen. Does he know how many organized crime the government in Napoli alone is fighting? Does he know that? Does he know that Italy is coming a long way to even protect him as a black person walking down the streets of Italy? Does he understand that? But he doesn't. And these are people that feel it's okay to project hate.
They are projecting the buying of northerners in the south.
Now, does he understand?
And that is what they love.
As a black migrant living in Italy, that there are groups that don't want to see them walk down the streets of Italy. Does he understand that? You see, I said it. Not until we evolve as a people, this hatred is going to consume our Igbo. At the end of the day, other regions are moving forward.
I don't understand Igbo. You hate Igbo, you hate Nigeria so much. And every day you're on the move, going to another person's country to go and live. If you don't like the way Nigeria is being run, you don't have to be in other regions in Nigeria. Stay in Igbo, build it to your taste. The whole Nigeria will look at Igbo and have an example of what you think
now, Blessedom,
running of anything can be.
Let me say this. You see that particular bingo? He has a Nigerian account. And these are the same bingos. They will send back commodities and goods for their relatives to sell for them in the same Nigeria and bank it in a Nigerian account for them. my only worry is, why is the government, both at the center and the state, folding their arms? From the look of things, apart from Governor Hope Uzodimma, who is doing anything proactive or active about this? Soludo, that I thought would be of a difference, is even part of this whole, shenanigan. At the end of the day, it is time they call a spade a spade. I mean, as a sitting governor, his state is under huge attack from these non-state actors. He should even be making a case with the federal government for full kinetic approach and, center of gravity. But rather than, don't be surprised that he even talks to most of these guys at night. That is why they are so emboldened to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you see these guys, at the end of the day, now he claims he doesn't like Nigeria. He claims he wants to liberate himself. Let me not even go to the side of politics. Since he wants to go this route of guerrilla warfare, why don't he board the next flight and get into Nigeria, be in that same bushes with your fellow bingos and fight it? Master Prophet smuggled himself into Nigeria and smuggled out. And when he's back to his base now, he started, ranting on social media, gaslighting these, vulnerable people to go pay. I mean, come on. Now, they are not asking themselves, the Enugu governor, this other guy, I think his mic is on. The Enugu state governor that gave amnesty, whom did he grant it to? Anyway, they keep crying Nigeria is not working, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that.
And their own is the least working. There is nothing every day accuse the greater Nigeria that they are doing better. There's
Abia State.
So
Abia
what
State.
is even the big deal?
Abia State got her own fair share of the 13% derivation refund, which is, state have a short pay. So between 2021 and 2022 December, they got close to 15 billion. Paris Club refund, we got our own fair share. Allocations, we got our own fair share. Every money that is being shared, including VAT, we get our own fair share. But these idiots, please pardon my language, they would not sit and question the political class. Today, TALG, the house he built in his village, all the wealth they are displaying, where did they get it from? The former governor state of Anambra, Obakwodi Global, Blessedom, like I say, my sole concern is with those innocent and vulnerable, population that are caught up in this, and if truly the politicians of the Southeast don't want an IGP, it is time they begin to speak up. Not just speak up, it's time they begin to take proactive and pragmatic action and draw a stand in the line and say, listen, there is no place for this. And it's time they begin to engage the federal government to do the needful. Because at the end of the day, the presidency is almost, at the dying days of his administration, he will soon become an ex-president. And I'll say this to our people. I remember in 2014, 2015, all the cry was, we are going to get Islamized. And what you my Islamized. And what you my village, my hapo hinsinana, ondugu, agababusan. They did not babuza in Hana, Okumunai, Sai Potakulezi, I Kukuloku, Oyoku, Asipoboya. They did not borrow on Yoku, they did not borrow on Yoku, they did not in a Hofwa, Okumunai, Okwa Jaka Metro wine, Onyoku, Kwezoku, Chiana Doria. Dalon.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Our sister, you're welcome. You can make your contribution so the video will not be too long. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. I said, when Chimeze spoke my mind in the first place, when he said Master Prophet sneaked into Nigeria and sneaked out. He made mention of some. I see people asking why government cannot bring all these people to book. Pay attention to the whole thing. Federal government will not bring them to book because they are working for somebody. The attitude of what is going on with all the insecurities in Nigeria, especially that of the East, is the attitude of Nna Kanu. I don't know how to put it in English. In Igbo culture, they say that when your father sends you to go and commit crime, you go in with every boldness. And instead of sneaking in, you bang on the door. So that is the attitude we are seeing. So Nigerian states will not go after all these criminals hiding overseas, raising tax-free funds, using IPOB and the shenanigans and the insecurities they have been causing. So I want two people to understand that. That's why they're not going after them. It is impossible for somebody to kind of build and start destroying. They made Kanu. I will say this thing in open space. It is not a coincidence that Nna Kanu has posed in photo shoot with every single political criminal in the East. As in, what is the significance? If you analyze it scientifically, it simply means they sent him, they say, my son, go, I'm solidly behind you. And his group uses this to kind of authenticate the fact that if you think you can stop Nna Kanu, the people that rule, the political state actors made him. That is why they keep, because those pictures, they release them in batch. Like on Hakim's own showed up recently. Nobody has seen it before. So that's what they do. If anybody think that it's going to end, the only person that will end it is this same people Chimeze say he's sorry for. But Chimeze, I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on you. Don't be sorry for them. The war, just understand that war is always fought by the poor for the rich to be comfortable. Those people we look at as the casualties, they are the people fueling this thing. I ask, for instance, now, okay, his children are in Australia. Peter Obi, his children are in United Kingdom. Soludo, his children are in United Kingdom. Obiano, his children are in the United States. Ibazu is planning to retire to Maryland, and the list, I can only mention that the list continues. So at the end of the day, you discover that their children are not part of the people that are unleashing the mayhem. The rich is always going to use the poor to accomplish their goals. So I used to be emotional for the East, for the poor in the past, but not anymore, because they allow themselves to be used. Election is coming in the next 1 month, right? Everybody is going to vote. But guess what is not going to happen? No single contestant's child will be at the polling booth. Ask yourself, they say, whatever you wish yourself is what I wish you. Why is it that their children cannot vote? Have you asked yourself that question?
Only Tinubu's son is at the father's side the whole time.
Yeah. I say all of them, you cannot see their children in the picture because they secured them so that when they share to the lunatic start doing a job, their children will not be casualties. Even if they are affected, their lineage continue and the looting continues to grow. So I don't really think.
Let me come in a little bit. I get your point. But like we say, a child is not born with any intention, with any mind. It's the society, the family that is born into that programs him into that whatever he is. So if we have poor people or people of lower means who are being made to think in a particular way, and they are the creation of the politicians, the elite. Because, for example, I made a video where I said they stole the education from the poor. So if someone was not able to go to a basic primary school, there's no kindergarten, no preschool, no quality primary education. This is the main important education that a child needs to kick off their logical thinking, and it's missing. So where are they going to have the ability to even think about your motivation whenever you are coming to them with anything? So okay. I get your point, but I understand where Chimeze is coming from, because at the end of the day, they are just like tools in the hands of the
politicians. Yeah. Like next month, now election is coming up. All these politicians, their children have been secured, and the private jet is on standby for them to exit the country should anything goes wrong. But guess what? People's children, poor people like you and I, are still going to go there and attempt to hijack ballot boxes on their behalf. If only my people will learn, if only my people will wake up, I don't know, it would have been a better thing. Another thing is that I'm happy with the whole of the agitation, at least since Nna Kanu's era. It opened something. It made the whole world see something that differently. Prior to Nna Kanu, everybody used to think that the East is full of intelligent people. They can even move mountain with their intelligence. But Nna Kanu has proven the whole theory wrong. He has established the fact that they will always need savior, regardless of what you do for them and what you do to them. They will always be waiting for somebody to save them. And it doesn't matter who the savior is, call it a madman, a thief, or anything at all, as long as that person come in the name of a savior, the East will always embrace that savior with two hands. Finally, other thing I have to say is this: you don't do what you're supposed to, Blessedom. You know, go kill yourself for them. Let them continue. Whatever they do, we go share.
I'm just giving updates and connecting the dots, like why is Soludo coming out brazenly embracing somebody like I was showing you guys in this video on YouTube, was showing is embracing, kind of visiting him in his person physically as a state government with all the apparatus of the state, going to visit a treasonable felon. So, and then he's still free and there's no problem with that. That's part of politics. We've seen something like that before when the governor of Zamfara went to meet the so-called bandits and they were brandishing on, and he was meeting with them physically. We've seen something like that, and there was an outcry. Everybody condemned it, which is the proper thing to do, and which should not be. So these are people that are actually causing the loss of life, and you are going and meeting them as a governor. You are supposed to arrest them, and
instead of meeting them with wrath, you are negotiating with them.
You are going to like, it doesn't make sense. So it just comes back to what Chimeze is saying, that Nigeria makes crime lucrative.
Yeah. Finally, everybody should kind of, I don't know whether you came across that thing that trended last week. Nna Kanu sued a fellow businessman because he is franchising their family business called Biafra. I don't know whether you saw it.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, Nna Kanu sued one of the E-rats, one of their media warriors called Biafra Ugbochinyere. And why was he suing? He was suing him because he franchised their family business.
He sued them in zoo court, not Biafra court.
No, he sued them in German court. They are settling that. I'm telling you, I will share the link after. He sued them in German court. So, and I think they went to court on January 10. So when they came back, they secured adjournment. So when they secured adjournment, his group came online to celebrate, and some people were like complaining, "Oh, Nna Kanu is still in detention. What are you celebrating?" He was celebrating the fact that he secured adjournment and all that. So where is all this thing?
Yeah, send me the link.
Where is all these things driving at? The fact that Biafra was never a movement for any new republic. Biafra have always been a business. That is why Ejiofor will be sitting in Nigeria and be suing a Biafran to a Nigerian court. Two different countries. You commit crime in Biafra, they sue you in Nigerian court. Then Nna Kanu will be sitting in Germany and be suing a Biafran for identifying as a Biafran. So it just boils down to the fact that the whole thing is nothing but gimmick. Yeah. But unfortunately, one people prided in the past for their wisdom fell for personal ambition. I weep for my beloved Igbo land. Alan Patron said this thing before I was born. My father used this as a proverb. I never knew what my father meant when he said that Alan Patron will always say, "Cry the beloved country." It is time to cry that cry. And thank you. The one you can do, you do. The one you cannot do. Yeah. The last person that will feel the heat is me, you, and Harry Chimeze. We are living very far.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so my brother, what do you have to say as the last to conclude?
There's nothing I have to say than to say to our people they should know that IDP is loading. That is where we are headed. IDP is loading. And I say thank you to your likes and Ijele for we are putting out the records there so that when I'm no longer here.
What do you have to say to Soludo?
Soludo should understand this. He doesn't need to get involved with this criminality. He's elected to protect the people. Now, let me borrow a leaf from what is happening in the United Kingdom. Prince Andrew was named in Jeffrey Epstein's scandal. before the Queen passed on, they derobed him from his military, regalia. They took him out of the military. They took him out of royal duties entirely. Made him a civilian. They allowed the Met to interview him. Where there was a hiccup was they did not extradite him. So I don't know if America is pushing for that or not. Now, currently, people that are following what is happening within the royal family can see, Prince Harry is on tell all tale. Now, his father, the king, has used the royal power to put a briefful on him, so he cannot say more. This now, you see, Blessedom, we are not ready yet to live.
Yeah, and when we have somebody like that is a professor making this obvious blunder, that's why I'm thinking there is maybe there's an agreement,
they all have their, like I said, I borrowed the word of Ijele, they all have their hands in the cookies jar. Let me go back to the days of Cameroon when there was so much scandal. Rebecca Brooks, she escaped it, and the cousin is in jail today. It cost so much uproar. At the end of the day, even the then Met police commissioner had to resign because it was proven that his daughter was given employment through the back door. Every country have their challenges, but when you have politicians embracing this thing, that is why it looks like these guys are having upper hand. So, for example, that bingo in Italy, I wish the Italian government or the local authority will switch up and allow the Camoras to handle him. If he understands that Italy, as a black person, even born in Italy, is an endangered species, how much one bingo over migrate and claim asylum? Who the hell is he?
He's even saying that he wants to reset my brain. That he wants to debate me to reset my brain.
Like I said, my concern, you see, I live in a neighborhood. They have what they call the neighborhood watch. In the state, they have 2-4 patrols. They are trying to prevent people that come around to do drugs, junkies. Every society have their own concern. At the end of the day, I wish we have a government someday that will draw the line. And if they will think this is funny, let them begin to look at the Northeast. Very soon, everybody within the outskirts will run away. It happened in Kanu. They should go and ask them, this former senator, what's his name, this guy with the afro hair. He has left, nobody stay in the outskirts of Kanu. They're all in the city. Very soon, what it means, if these things continue, people within EHL as a whole local government, they begin to run away. Then we'll have a case where we used to have in Emoha, in River State, where communities, villages ran away because of criminality and communal clashes, and people think it was funny. Most of them need to go and look at the community in Elemekore Kporo. People, bless them. Don't worry, we'll get to that point. We'll get to that point where you have to tell them welcome to the Biafra. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you so much. So you're welcome. My people, I think we have had a long discussion today, and I was trying to make sense of what Soludo is doing because, he's a politician and we know that these people don't make any move for nothing. And so I'm also remembering Obiora because he is a high-level politician, even though he was just coming for the first time or something like that, and something of this magnitude happened with people coming out to talk about the evidence, and there is nobody talking about it, nobody went into it. Oh, somebody is calling. I hope, my brother, I hope you will be brief so that we can close.
Yeah, brother, I will be brief just to remind you of one thing.
Okay.
I call in respect to what Richie just said about black people being endangered in Italy.
Okay.
Sometimes when I look at our Igbo people, the way we reason, when you complain of racism among the white people and some countries, Igbo people are the worst in the whole world. I'm with no apologies.
Please tone down your rhetoric so that it doesn't look like we are anti any particular group, profiling. Yeah.
You know why I said so? These are the people that they can't even allow any tribe inside even the tribe they are in the same country to come to their land, to their space, to buy land, to open shop. But they think they have their right to move to every other places to go and do whatever they like. Why I called for this guy, that it reminds me of this guy that called from it that came to this broadcast, the guy who lives in Italy. Blessedom, do you know that Okay, imagine now, you see thousands of people on boat moving into a country, and the people haven't gone mad from nowhere, no identity, nothing. The Italians haven't gone so mad to begin to go to their respective where they the facilities where they kept them to begin to hide them. They are enjoying all these things. Do you know that even there is an IPOB camp inside the bush in Italy?
Imagine.
There is a place called Foggia Camp, Foggia in Italy. It's like a ghetto. A very big inside the forest. You know they even have IPOB branch there.
Yeah, because they are also using it to run that racketeering, you know. Yeah.
No, to them, they lived in the bush there because a lot of people are living there. He lives in the bush there. They do whatever they want to do there. To him, it's not a problem because he's Chineke. He is rare. But he's already complaining about maybe 3 or 4 Northerners who have boarded a bus or maybe tried to smuggle themselves because of the high cost of transportation to move to other part of the country. That is his major concern. But he's living inside the bush in another man's country. There he already created an IPOB, but to him, he thinks it's not a problem to him. This was it in 2017, if I could remember. I remember that a guy, a Nigerian guy, but I don't know, I forgot his tribe. I couldn't remember his tribe again. I don't know how to speak this because we're online. Like, you know, those white stuff we use.
Market.
Market. He gave to one Italian girl like that. So, although the Italian girl came to his place where, you know, like, feel comfortable to take it. So, on the process, the girl took overdose. And
Hey.
You know what the guy did? The guy don't know how to, you know, like, should I call police or? The guy now took a knife or axe, I don't know. He cut the girl into pieces.
Hey, but take it easy, please.
Packaged her, and went and dropped inside the waste bin. And left the northern part of Italy and ran down southern part of Italy and went and hid in that bush where I said IPOB have a
camp.
A branch there. Not a camp, just a branch. You know, like the people went there to build a ghetto where they live in the bush. So everything goes in there. So the police have to trace the guy, and you know, the news broke out. There was a suspect. The guy, you know, they begin to find the guy. At the end of the day, the guy was caught right there in the bush. Just after that, in the following day, you know, when the news broke out that the African migrants who have, you know, like cut the Italian guy into pieces, have been caught and all this. The following day, an Italian man, he just picked up his gun.
Please tone it down. You are not censoring the words.
Just the following morning, one of the Italian guy picked up his IPOB Odumeku. He gone out to the street. The first black guy he met,
bye.
He shot the guy. What did happen? There was a lot of protest. So to me, then I was like, imagine. These people are protesting to protest because they know these guys, they think ahead. They know that if their citizens should rise up, it will be a very, like a huge catastrophic situation. They protested, they plead for peace, they preached peace, they tried to convince their people, preached peace. At the end of the day, everything went down.
Calm down. Say, don't take the crime of one person against the whole group.
Here in Germany, you saw what happened in Berlin. At the first night. Something you weren't there when they were building the infrastructures. You weren't there when they were putting everything. You just moved from your country to their country and turned everything and destroyed everything. Still, the people knew that if we should rise up to begin to act on our own way, it will be a huge catastrophe. Try to preach peace, try to, you know, convince everyone that it's okay.
Say dialogue, you know. So
things like this are happening. People like Kanu, the one that said he's relative to Nna Kanu, all those gringos who lives in Germany, You know what? They don't even follow the news. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know, like, they don't even follow the indigenous Germans to know what are these people talking on their pages, their you know, the group pages they have on the social. What are they saying about us? They feel comfortable. Why they pick their food to say, hey, can you buy somebody? Buy this one. See, I know. To me, sometimes I begin to wonder, are these guys not? Can they reason for once? But anyway, I don't have very much thing to say. Whatever you wish out for people, I wish the same to you. If you wish that you will live comfortably in Germany, while you hope that you will see videos of where that are influenced, of course.
Yeah, like this woman now. That anybody they call Sabo, they don't need to say their name. They should be buying them, send them to judgment. She lives in London with 4 children and a husband. So the only patriotism they know is to direct hatred towards Nigeria. Why? Okay, things are not working well in Nigeria to your taste. You moved out, you have succeeded. Why do you want that place spoiled? While you were there, will you be saying they should spoil that place? Because that was only what you got. And you were subsisting there, managing your life, and until you had opportunity to leave Nigeria and go somewhere else. Now, why is it that the only thing you can project onto the country of your birth, where you were coming from, your foundation is spoil everything, burn everything, destroy everything, because you feel you are safe, like this Mugu, this woman, and the Nigerian government are leaving her.
You know the situation there. Facebook have created a platform where you can monetize your page. The more you get viewers, the more you make money. So the wise ones have discovered that all these bingos, you can even write in Latin language or a language people cannot understand. Just put profile picture of Nna Kanu there. Put a picture of him there. You see people coming to, hey, God bless you. God bless you. People have this, so they are cashing out. I was watching, what's it called?
All right, my brother, let's round up because I don't want it to be more than 2 hours.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just end this here.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Thank you. Good night. Yeah. So, like I was saying, like that Achabe, the first thing they always tell me, if you love Nigeria so much, why do you live in Germany, for example? But I lived in Nigeria. The formative years of my life was in Nigeria. That I am here today, sitting down, being educated, being able to communicate with the world. Everything it was from Nigeria. I went to primary school in Nigeria, I went to secondary school in Nigeria, I did my first degree in Nigeria. That gave me a platform. And that is what always gives people, even people who migrate to the US, it gives them a foundation because they already have a WAEC. They can go in and start going to college and do it. If you don't come from a country that gave you that beginning at all to start from, when you go abroad and you start from beginning, you want to go to which level, how many years you think you go to school before you have one thing, a profession, something to start your life with. So now I don't like the way things are going, or maybe I know that there are different ways you can intervene. Like it is said, if you want change, then the change begins with you. Start that change. But no, how can destruction be what you give back to your people? How is it making sense that the only gift you have to give to Ndi no? These people are having a difficult time. Instead of you to even sensitize them, to take to teach them to come to solidarity and demand accountability. All this mobilization, you mobilize them to go and congregate and buy. Like Kanu said, he bring them together so that you can bring them together and teach them how to hold and teach them, like, this governor, he gets this amount of money, he can do this, it is your right to ask for it. This is sensitization. Instead, every day you're doing awareness campaign of how to hate on Nigeria, how to hate on Fulani, how to hate on Yoruba. And you are living in Lagos and you are wanting your freedom. You want to go your own way, but you are living in Lagos. Every day you want to go your own way. You live in Ibadan. You want to go your own way every day. You live in Benin City. Hey, you want to go your own way, you live in Kano. Like, seriously? You want to go your own way and you have Alibo. Alibo remains the same way it is. There is no government that is doing anything. My sister, sorry, I'm getting emotional now. And so there are so many people who left America, for example, because they don't like how things are. They went to Ghana, they relocate to Ghana. You know, you can only make comparative and say, well, it's in Nigeria, it is like this, in here it's like this, I prefer. Why do you want somewhere else where people depend on for their daily bread destroyed? Where will those people be when you bring down that place? You are going to people's villages and putting it down. What do you want to happen to those people? And that is love. That is patriotism. Tell me what is wrong with these people. I don't know. Why would you want to the place that people million, even if it's just animals, even if it is just dogs, even if it is just fishes, people even call for the preservation of the ocean, for the live sea to be preserved, not to put contaminants so that they can live. And you know that you have people, humans, living there. Just because you feel entitled that you are able to escape, you want it down. Bayoko, and that crazy Onyisimbaka was saying that they will burn it down, nothing will remain, Somalia will be better, and this is the person you call your savior. And then the first thing you come and tell me, Nigeria, you love Nigeria, why are you not living in Nigeria? I have lived in Nigeria. I can always go back to Nigeria. I have my family members in Nigeria. I have friends and loved ones in Nigeria. Why in God's name will I want where some other people call home to be spoiled? This is a collective narcissism that sociologists need to come down into the Southeast and really do a study, because it is unbelievable that the only form of patriotism that you can think about is Ipoasi. Like to hate on other people, to hate on your own country, the country of your birth. I don't know. I cannot understand it. And meanwhile, you are living in other people's country. They gave you space. Like this woman, they gave her space. She's living there. She's her children, and tomorrow her children wants to be. If they ask their children, where are you from, they get offended because they want to claim they were born and they are there. But you want Alibo destroyed where some other people was also born and are living there. You want Yoruba land born there. You want your Lagos, Tunubu, Izote must be born there, everywhere born down. You've never raised your own region beyond the imagination of anybody. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting emotional at this point, so I have to end this video. So I appreciate every one of you that joined me. Thank you, my sister Asa. I'm so sorry that I'm talking longer than necessary. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. So we'll continue on another topic tomorrow by the grace of God. Have a good night rest.